On just about all your inverter product today, you will find an EMI filter board. Just what does this board do? EMI, or electromagnetic interference filter, is for noise that interferes with the electrical signals and reduces the signal integrity on inverter-driven product. A filter circuit is composed of a capacitor, an inductor, and a resistor. On one end is the power supply, and on the other end is the load. So on one end of the filter board, you have your AC input. This comes into the filter board and goes through a capacitor and resistors before heading to the load, which is the inverter-driven load. So the first thing you want to check is your incoming voltage. All units have listed on them what the high and low voltage is that they will operate within that range. So make sure you have the proper voltage being supplied to the unit. You also want to make sure that the connections on the terminal board where the voltage comes in is tight. A number of years ago, we had a situation on a brand new unit where the lug was not tightened down at the factory, and when power was applied to the unit, it blew the wiring, the filter board, and luckily did not get to the inverter, but it took out numerous components in line to the inverter. So after the supply voltage block, the black and yellow power leads come up from the supply voltage block to the filter board to filter and smooth out the voltage before sending the voltage to the inverter to supply the compressor. You'll also note that on the filter board there are fuses, which if there is a power surge or a voltage spike, these fuses will blow and will protect the inverter. After the filter board, the black and yellow leads continue on to the inverter and plug in there on the inverter board. So you want to make sure that the proper voltage is being supplied from the filter board to the inverter. You'll also notice these ferrite cores that are located throughout the inverter product. These ferrite cores are used to further filter out any noise or interference that is produced by the inverter. So the flow is that line power is supplied to the voltage block, then goes into the filter to filter out any interference that there might be, and then it supplies the voltage directly to the VFD and then on to the compressor.
Go to arefco.com for more videos, like, subscribe, and check back every week for new videos.